What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if your name is Christian Combs King, King Combs, I don't know what is going on. He's just dropped a new album. I'm sorry, a new mixtape, single, whatever, called Diddy Free. Now I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all waiting for him to say for waiting for me to talk about his struggle, baby. Rap, but I'm not because at least he out here hustling. He knows he gotta go make a living. He got that ambition, baby. Look at his eyes. This week is the burgers. Next week is the fries. But all jokes aside, first of all, everybody talking about some. Oh my God, Diddy going free. You know who probably thinks the prosecution did a great job on the close. King Combs, because if you really thought Diddy was going free, why wouldn't you drop
and
this
no longer
when
has a
he was
voice who
actually
will
free?
pursue
Because
justice
y'all
for her
think he
accusation.
to come home next week.
As of the taken
Right,
against Diddy,
right.
no expansion
Y'all
of the
got that, but
investigation,
all jokes
no
aside.
isolation orders,
Okay, why
no
wouldn't he
equipment
drop this when
access,
Diddy goes
no
free?
suspension of
One,
attorney
he don't think he
communication.
going free. But two, Diddy would probably get free and once again suck up all his blessings for himself. Let me talk to y'all for a second. Okay, because all these Diddy glazers are so big, saying, oh my God, Diddy's a perfect dad. Diddy's this, that. And let me tell you something, Diddy is not just toxic to women. He's toxic to his own children. You want to talk about sabotage, baby? Let's look at this pattern. But before we look at a pattern, can I just say one thing? Christian, I don't know what's going on. Last time you dropped a single, your daddy got arrested. Remember when he dropped that single, that mixtape on the feds, and they arrested him? You think the Christian CBS curse has struck again? And this is what's going to make Diddy go away for life. I don't know. I know, but y'all, honestly, all jokes aside, okay, we got to get this straight. I will maintain that Diddy is not just toxic to women, he is toxic to his own children. Let's look at the patterns. But before we get to King, let's talk about Justin Combs. Justin, remember that college football career? Done. Why? Because Diddy got into it with the coach. Allegedly, he tried to swing a kettlebell at him and crack his head open, and suddenly his son's athletic future up in smoke. Poof. Famous, not a coincidence. Okay, Justin got accepted into Harvard. Did he called them in and talked him into going to California to help run Bad Boy Next Thing? We know he is getting into accidents. Misa is going off tweeting on Diddy talking about everybody knows something's wrong with you. And as much as people are talking about Diddy, the one thing the prosecution should have brought up is Misa Hilton and Brim's IG stories, because that told us everything we needed to know about Diddy before what we knew about Diddy. But it's not over then. There was Quincy, talented, marketable, had a real shot at being one of the biggest actors of our generation. Remember when Empire was casting Quincy was supposed to play Jamal? That's right, Jesse Smollett's role. But Diddy allegedly stepped in and tried to control the music rights, and they fell apart. Quincy lost the role. Empire goes on to be a hit. And Diddy back in the shadows. Quincy finally booked star. Another Lee Daniel show. And guess who shows up again? Diddy always close enough to interfere, never far enough to let them breathe. And I remember that. Remember when Diddy was allegedly going to sue Lee Daniels, or at least the streets were saying that he was going to sue Lee Daniels for stealing his life story. Now back then, we thought it was some BS, but now that we know that he really is a criminal, I don't know. Now let's get to Christian, aka King Combs. He just dropped a rap album, but word on the street is, at least the streets are saying, is that Diddy wasn't lifting him up. He was blocking opportunities behind the scenes, allegedly calling people pulling rank and inserting himself where he shouldn't be, and even trying to take all his blessings. Why? Because in Diddy's world, no one shines brighter than him, not even his own sons. Young Berg, now known as Hitmaker, even came on the Joel Budden podcast recently and basically confirm the theory that he has a pattern of stepping on his own son's careers. They're starting to rise up. He gets in the way on purpose. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Listen to this. All right. And I want to hear what every Diddy Glazer got to say. And I know they're going to
Present,
have a lot
and
to
no
say.
longer has a voice
Listen
who
to
will
this
pursue
mess.
justice for her
Messy me
accusation.
gets you to another tier.
As of the taken against Diddy,
Salacious.
no
I'm not
expansion of the
say it in
investigation,
even
no
terms,
isolation
like what's the
orders,
wildest
no
voice
equipment
you've
access,
seen?
no
I mean,
suspension of
with
attorney
Diddy,
communication.
Nothing with Diddy was actually like really super wild. Like what I went viral for the wildest thing he ever did. I think I was in Atlanta and I was working with his son, Christian. We were cooking up ideas and like Christian put him on FaceTime. He like, yo, we at the Reese Carlson, come back, blah, blah. We get back to the Rich Carlson. They having like a party in there. And it's the wildest thing ever said to me in my life. He opened the door, me and Christian walk in. He like, what's up, Pops? And then he like, what's up, McLovin? I dabble up, what's up, Pime? I'm going crazy. Me and Christian just made some shit. He like, man, that, where my music at? Oh, son, I think that was the wildest again. What did he say if that ninja? Where my music at? How did Mark Amelio and the whole world allow us to forget who this mofo really is? He didn't give a damn about Kim while she was alive at all. Took her through hell, had her looking stressed the whole time. Literally stressed out over Cassie the whole time. Cassie is literally turning into his new freak, all P partner, while he cheating on her, beating on her. Diddy is not a good guy. And the fact that get this right, let's just call this what it is. Diddy does spiritual abuse because it's not just about industry politics. It's psychological warfare. How do you grow up under a man who tells the world he's a family man, but keeps pulling the rug out from under you every time you find your footing? Diddy's not a mentor. He's not a mogul. He's a mirror of the very industry rock we claim to be waking up from, and anyone still defending him needs to ask themselves why they are so comfortable watching a father sabotage his own blood just to stay on top. He's the devil these fools keep rooting for, and if he'll do it to his own sons, imagine what he's done to everybody else around him. Now before y'all say Christians ain't even talented, that's true as much as I literally clown him for his struggle. Napo rap. He's not the worst rapper. That boy got talent, and even if he was untalented, your dad at one point ran the music industry. You could have hooked him up with the best producers, the best that. Instead, what did he do? The same thing he did with Cassie minus the freak offs. Put him in the studio, had them working, don't release stuff, sabotage, and then when you finally do get on with some beats, you hobbling your 55-year-old self in to get in front of your son, who should be next up again. Justin gave up going to Harvard because he was going to be CEO of Bad Boy, and Diddy was going to step out the way Diddy never stepped out of the way. He just made him CEO and name only. Quincy tried to get out of his shadow, get his own acting career poppin', and he could have. He got the looks, he got talent, he got everything. Diddy came in and messed that up. Christian should have been bigger than he was. He got the looks, he got the talent. They got everything they need, and your dad got access to every big name. He did to Christian what he did to Cassie without the freak-offs. Still, these Diddy Glazers are going to be in. You're incredibly biased. You're gonna feel stupid when you get out. No, Ninja, you're gonna feel stupid. 'Cause let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. First of all, Diddy ain't getting out. Those prosecutions got that mo, and let that be a lesson for anybody that wanna do Diddy like crimes.
Present, and
But
no
second of
longer
all,
has a voice who will
y'all,
pursue
these Diddy
justice for her
Blazers
accusation.
are sick in their head.
As of the taken
And
against Diddy,
as much as they
no
are
expansion of
defending
the
his right
investigation,
to
no
abuse,
isolation
because
orders,
they want the right
no
to
equipment
abuse.
access,
Unlike
no
y'all,
suspension of attorney
unlike y'all,
communication.
I'm not going to be sitting eager on my knees, waiting for him to get out. And guess what? The Diddy Glazers, he wouldn't even look twice at y'all. But then again, I don't know. We saw the escorts. Like maybe he would. I don't know. The whole point of the matter is, Diddy is not a good person. And again, when I say not a good person, there is something wrong with that man, and he cannot be allowed to be on the open streets. But for anybody saying, oh, but what about the children? What about the children? As sad as it is, this might be the best thing that ever happened to them, to get away from someone that seems like all they do is do narcissistic abuse. But hey, that's just my opinion. On what do I know anyway? Shout out to Christian Combuse, trying to do something on his own again. For anybody thinking Diddy's coming home, why ain't his son? Put out Diddy. Free. The moment he actually got let free. Unless you don't think that's going to happen again. Maybe we looking at a double entendre. Not free Diddy. But I'm not free Diddy. But I'm Diddy free. Maybe he's trying to send us a message. Maybe he realizes it's time to move past his father's influence, free of his father's influence, and step into his own right. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to you all later.